Interesting.
Okay, here we go for episode 24 of Overcast. I hope all of you are doing fantastic out there. We had a little stream hiccup apparently on my end, the, right here, right in the brain. But anyway, welcome to Overcast episode 24, your place for Overcast, Overwatch news. Wow, I said it again. But we are so glad to have you. I'm Frostee, right here with Chris Matrix, my friend. How
What's
are you
going on,
doing?
everybody? Doing all right, actually. Have had quite an interesting holiday break. How about yourself?
It has been a lot. I mean, over the last few weeks, we didn't have the show. We were out of town for the holidays and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and we took a 2,000-mile trip out west to see family. Spent the holidays there. It was a lot of fun. Saw a lot of friends out there too, and then drove back. So, yeah, it was a whirlwind of activity, but it was a great one.
Oh, so much fun. So much fun. I basically over the last what? How many weeks did we take off? Three,
Yeah, I guess it was
three and
about
a
three
half
weeks.
weeks.
So,
Yeah. Took an investment, I guess you could say. I know
as
you and I were talking before the show, and I spent about just over $1,000 into my live stream. Of course, got a new console, got new microphones. As you can tell, my audio is a lot better than it used to be.
yeah,
um, Audio stuff and just all kinds of crazy crap. So I've been going really gung ho into my stream. This year is going to be the year that I really just dive headfirst into it. Try to stream as much as possible prior to and even after the launch of Overwatch. So
yeah, that's going to be exciting. So be on the lookout for stuff coming from your Twitter account, and we'll get it out on Overwatch or Overcast too. So
yes, definitely.
we'll spread the word. We'll spread the virus. But
Burr 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 birdie is the word.
exactly that'll come through our Twitter feed, which is at Overcast Show, our website, our
Hmm.
I should say our blog page, which is theovercastshow.blogspot.com.
Yep.
Our FrozenFoxRadio.com website for this and all of our other shows, our parent studio. So go and check that out if you are a fan of other Blizzard titles. And also, you can go check us out on our Facebook page. And if you listen to the audio version, that would be on iTunes or Podbean right now. So thank you very much for all the support and for listening. And
Yes.
yeah, so there we go. Another exciting episode. And what have you been up to? You've been doing streaming. What kind of games you've been streaming?
Lately it's been a lot of Destiny and Black Ops 3. A lot of Destiny.
Nice.
I've really gotten into the game, especially with the Taken King and all that. Rating in the game is absolutely fantastic. I love it. So I've been basically no lifing Destiny when I'm not at work or I'm not out and about. Um,
So
been playing a little bit with my Black Ops 3 team. I'm a coach and analyst for one of the clans that I belong to. So
awesome.
I do a lot of work with them as well. But other than that, been streaming, working, streaming, sleeping when I can.
Yeah,
Eh,
sleeping when you have to, right?
yeah, pretty much
Yeah,
sleeping when your body says, yeah, you need to go to bed now.
I hear that. And now I don't remember if we've talked about it, but you're a recent PS4 adopter.
Yes.
And how was your experience? Not to get too far off topic, but I'd like to see what your feelings are about the PS4 now that you've had a while to play it.
Well, short form, I'm no longer PC Master Race. Uh, Long form, the system itself is, it's actually really, really nice. There are all kinds of apps and stuff available for it that just it makes it so much easier. I've got it set up
Yeah.
right next to my PC,
Yep.
so yeah, like it's not in like my living room or anything because well, I have it set up here so I can stream. Um, all the apps like I can watch my Netflix, I can watch Crunchyroll, Hulu, as long as I disconnect my capture card, of course, first. But I could do all that right from my PS4. I don't need to go to another room. I don't need to do anything like that. So It's really nice, and yeah, it's a lot of fun to game on too. Very intuitive, and
Nice.
yeah, I'll definitely be picking up Overwatch for the PS4,
You heard it
giving
here,
that a go on
folks.
there.
You heard
Yeah.
it here. He's gonna do it.
Well, I already have it pre-ordered for PC, so I'll get another copy for the PS4. If I like it better on PC, I'll play it on PC. If I like it better on console, I'll play it on console. It's just how it is.
I
The exact same thing what I'm going to do with the Division when it comes out in a couple of months too. So,
There you go. I think I'm gonna join you, and I'll see you on the division in there too. So
hell yeah.
can't miss out on that.
Uh-uh.
Well, I've been getting ready for school.
Yeah, you've got your next semester coming up. You're on the tail end of it now, though.
Yeah, I have now crossed over the halfway point of law school, so I guess officially on the downhill slope. I just got my books the other day. The postman dropped off just a big pile of boxes, and
Good joy.
there was like all it just hit me all at once that holiday was over. It's time to get back, and I'm like, oh, are you serious? Really?
It's like I saw that the ball was getting bigger, and then it hit me.
Yep, exactly. It's one of those things where I wanted, I think I said it on the show last time that I wanted to make sure that I got through like a bunch of different games,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think I actually finished any. When I thought I was closer to the end of The Witcher, it got longer, and I was like, what happened? What happened here?
No, like anybody I know that's played The Witcher has told me if you have other stuff to do before, do that before
Yep.
you play The Witcher because it is like 100 plus hours.
Yeah, I don't even know where I'm at in the game anymore. I thought I was coming to the end and of the main story. Nope.
And
Nope.
oh, were you
It
wrong?
I told
Were
Kaz,
you
what if
wrong?
this is, my wife, I told her, what if this is just the beginning, just to add a joke? No, I was right. This is just the beginning. So we'll see where that goes. So of course, over the holidays, then I get more games, and then now it just adds to the backlog. So, oh well, it's all good.
Oh yeah. I
So
mean, especially since we're on Overwatch status, we've got time.
I love it. I love it. No Overwatch status. Well, let's get into the Overwatch news because we'd have none of it. So let's get
Right.
into what we wanted to talk about Overwatch this week. So what's the biggest news? It's the fact that there is no news.
Well,
Not really.
the news is that they're thinking that they may be pushing the beta back to February instead of January like they originally said.
Yeah.
This being because the features and stuff that they wanted to put into this and test in this next phase of beta aren't done.
Yep.
So you know what, Blizzard, take your time. Seriously, do what you need to do to make sure that the game is great when it comes out into this next phase of beta. They've said that they wanted to put the progression system in,
Yep.
which my guess is probably what's taking up most of the time,
Yeah.
and improved matchmaking, things of that nature. So, we're gonna see. It's kind of touch and go right now.
Exactly. We just have to deal with it. So the in the meantime, like we've said before, that was the progression system was like the main hang up really with
Hmm.
them getting it restarted, and we talked about the different iterations that they had gone through before, and they didn't really have a third one nailed down or a new one that they at least wanted to tell us about. So what they're doing behind the scenes, maybe they have another that failed and they're on their fourth. Who knows? We don't really have any idea about that. But when it's ready, then it'll be back. So we can only hope it'll be
In
soon.
classic Blizzard fashion,
Yeah,
when it's ready.
when it's ready, exactly. We do know though they did say there will be one more wave of invites at least. So if you're lucky, you might
Yeah,
get in. So make sure you
yeah.
have your
Just
beta profile checked.
again, make sure you have your beta profiles checked. This is what,
Exactly.
the 24th time we've said that.
Yep.
So no
So
excuses.
exactly. We've warned you. We have warned you enough times, right?
Hmm.
So since there's not really any news, we wanted to take a break and kind of take back and talk about tanks. We're going to call this Tank Week this week, and we're going to talk about some of the tanks in Overwatch, go through them one by one, and this is how we want to do it. I know, Chris, you've played a lot more tanks than me. You have a lot
Hmm.
more time in them. So I want to hear your opinions on the tanks as we go through them, especially from the perspective of playing as one. And then I
Playing against.
and then if you want to talk about playing against, I'll talk about playing with and against as well, since I don't have as definitely not as much experience as you do with the different
I,
tanks.
I'll do play with, you do play against. We'll put it that way.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do our
Okay.
experience with that. So how about we jump right into D.va first of all?
He
We'll take it in classic, like, alphabetical order.
D.va is Bay. I absolutely love playing D.va. She just being in her mech suit is so cool. You have her particle cannons that of course have infinite mana, or not
Yeah,
mana, infinite ammo.
yeah,
Wow, I've been
energy,
playing way
whatever you
too
want to
many
call it.
MMOs. Way too many MMOs. And it feels good. I mean, it's not really long range, but it's great for zone defense
Hmm.
and great for just controlling a specific area of the map. Um, Her defense matrix, of course. Nothing's more satisfying than using your defense matrix on a freaking Pharah ult. I mean,
Exactly.
come on. It's just like it's no,
Nope.
no.
Nothing's happening. What's happening? It's not nobody's dying.
Yeah, that or when you have a bastion set up trying to just mow everybody down. Doop,
Yep.
no, and then all of a sudden you're on top of them. And then being able to play outside of the suit, I think, is a lot of fun too. And then utilizing her suit with her ultimate to self-destruct and just blow everybody the hell up is a lot of fun. She is one of the most mobile tanks with her movement ability, being
Yep.
able to jetpack around and stuff, and even knock people around and deal damage with her basically by bodying them. I like it. It's a lot of fun. D.Va is probably my favorite tank, besides Winston, but we'll get to him in a little bit.
There we go. Well, playing against D.Va, like you said, can be quite frustrating, especially that defense matrix goes up. Uh,
Mhm.
the self-destruct isn't as big of a deal because most of the time you're able to get out of line of sight unless you're a non-mobile character. Uh, and there's plenty of time, plenty of warning. So as long as you're not out in like an open space, you're usually going to be okay.
If
That's
you know where it is,
if you know where it is. That is true.
yes,
I
that's
think
the tricky part.
I can't remember what they call themselves. I think it was just Overwatch Mythbusters, though. They did kind of debunk how it works and showed that even the smallest, tiniest little thing on the map can stop that from killing you, even if it's just a tiny little pole, which I thought was
Yeah.
interesting. I don't know if you've seen that video or not, but
Yeah, I've seen it. It's annoying as hell, and I'm sure Blizzard will fix it before release.
but it is one of those scary things when you're up, maybe with like as Mercy with a Widowmaker up in the sniper's nest, and a D.Va just decides to come jet up there and wreck you. That's not fun.
Yeah. No. Oh no, it's a lot of fun when you are her. You just get
Oh,
up there, and all of a sudden you see a nice juicy Widowmaker and a Mercy right there. You're just like, oh, left click. You're
yep.
dead.
You're like, oh,
See ya.
squishies, yay! But
Hmm.
out of the suit, I've seen it as almost like a fair fight. If I even if like as Mercy want to get in there and shoot her out of suit, it's kind of like a fair fight between the two of us. It's kind of like a quick draw, whoever lands the most shots, because we have like the same health.
Yeah, roughly the same amount of health in your weapons. Well, I actually think Diva's weapon does a little less damage when she's out of her mech than Mercy's pistol does.
There you go. Let's go on to Reinhardt then.
The stalwart.
I think
Uh,
Reinhardt is one of the coolest, tanks and kind of the most iconic to me of like the
yeah,
tank class.
I agree. Reinhardt is probably my most played tank. That basically because his kit was so necessary for all the maps and game modes. Any map you saw, any kind of competitive match, and guess what? Both teams had at least one Reinhardt. Um, any high level play, one team or both teams always had at least one Reinhardt.
Yep.
Um, the ability for him to use his shield and deflect damage, and then also charge it and cause all kinds of disruption, and one shot many people is paramount. Um, Probably one of the most necessary tanks in the game. I feel he maybe needs to be nerfed a little bit, and not even because he's overpowered, but because he is so powerful right now. The other tanks are kind of getting overshadowed and overlooked.
I can agree with that. He does carry with him in his kit and just overall is a lot of destruction, a lot of a lot. He can take
A
a lot of
lot of
damage and he
destruction and a
can,
lot of protection too.
yeah, he's very good on both of those ends.
Mhm.
And playing against him, if you get multiple Reinhardts pushing, man, That's it's pretty hard to stop that unless you can get in behind them and start blowing them up or something. But even then, they'll just spin around and form like a ball of death. Like it could be literally a ball of death. You just kind of surround everybody with that.
Hmm.
But if you're a squishy at all, and he knocks you down and just starts thrashing with that hammer, it's just devastating. But if you can stay away from him, that's usually your best bet. And the good thing is the fact that when he's charging, you can hopefully, if as long as you see it coming, get out of the way.
Yeah, he's not
So,
very he's not very mobile left and right or up and down when he's charging straight at you. So.
yep. So that makes it pretty good. But if you're squishy at all, you don't want to be anywhere near him, and taking down his shield can be quite a challenge sometimes too.
Hmm.
All right, let's go to Roadhog, who used to be your favorite. He's
Yes,
he's
Roadhog
fallen from
is.
grace now, apparently.
Well, Hook City, baby. I mean, I still like Roadhog. I still like him a lot. He's probably one of the best self-sustaining tanks, I would say, in the game.
Hmm.
With his ability to heal basically half of his own health bar every, what, 8 seconds?
Yeah.
I mean, he can take damage, get behind a corner, heal himself up, get right back in there. And then nothing, sorry, Bryce, nothing's more satisfying than hooking a Mercy out of the air and just one-shotting her
Uh,
with the flat cannon.
or
I know
just
you've had a lot of frustration with that
a
one.
lot of that, and a lot of getting caught out when Whole Hog gets thrown down. Oh
Yep.
man, like it's like you just get eradicated. You don't think, even at range sometimes that you're gonna get caught in that, but
Hmm.
when Whole Hog goes out, it's devastating, and it doesn't matter. You don't have to be squishy to be killed by that. It can be a lot of characters, a lot of
Yeah.
damage dealers, everybody. So,
And Roadhog is probably one of the best tanks to do that, to get like a group of people out of like a hold-in position
yep.
with that whole hog, because not only does it deal a ton of damage, it also displaces people and pushes them back. So you can get them out of an entrenched position fairly easily with whole hog,
Including a Bastion.
including a Bastion
Yeah.
and a
And a
Torbjorn
Torbjorn. Yeah, exactly.
and a Symmetra. Blah.
Well, let's
But
go.
don't get me talking about Symmetra. Let's move on.
That'll be another time. So let's talk about Winston, who you just said was your new favorite.
Yeah, Winston is probably, well, not my new favorite. I mean, I still like d.va the best, but Winston, just after getting to play all of the tanks, Winston, at least as far as my style of play, just it feels the best. I thoroughly enjoy him. He's very mobile
Hmm.
with his movement ability. He can jump up and basically be a Rambo.
Yep.
With his plasma cannon, it's fairly easy to use. As long as someone's in front of you and in close range, you can get good damage down.
You get stuck in that
Um,
thing, it'll rip you up.
yes, exactly. And his bubble is absolutely amazing for escorting payloads and all of that.
Yeah, I'd say in a payload he is vital.
Hmm.
He's
Along with Reinhardt.
along with Reinhardt. Yeah, you get a group of people on top of the payload too. You just pop shield projector, and
Yep.
you get your team to just ride along in that, and that payload just zips along. You just
And the ultimate, going ape, as I like to call it.
yeah.
I have another term for it, but we're PG here.
We'll keep it with PG for the day.
Yeah, we'll keep it PG today.
We'll leave that in the
Um,
stream.
he's another good one to get in and clear people out in entrenched positions. A little more high risk than Roadhog,
Hmm.
because you have to actually physically get in there and get damage down, but still really great. He goes up to 1,000 HP too, so he's really hard to take down when he's in his ape form.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like I think he's like the utility tank really when you look at him. Like
Mhm.
he helps the team a lot, and he's extremely mobile and everything, and
Yep.
it's hard to play against him because sometimes he can get in there. It's almost as bad as a d.va. Like d.va can fly a little bit differently, of course, but
Mhm.
he can still get up on top of things and where you're going to be hanging out like as a Widowmaker or something and
Yep.
beat you down. So you got to be on the lookout for him.
Yep. The Winston d.va combination too is just absolutely devastating, especially when you have a team that likes to play back. Like if there's like a Hanzo and a Widowmaker,
Mm.
or if there's a Junkrat and a Widowmaker, and they're playing back, you get those two in there and just cause all kinds of devastation.
Oh yeah. All right, let's go on to the last one, and that's going to be Zarya.
You know, Zarya is probably the one I spent the least amount of time playing. Um, that being said, I think she has the potential to be one of the best tanks in the game.
I agree.
Her ability to shield people for a good amount of time, I think it's like 2.5, 3 seconds.
It's at least 2 seconds, so I know
Yeah.
that. So
And that shield is impenetrable. It doesn't have an HP bar. You can't get through it anything. So you're basically invulnerable. You get invulnerable. Make a teammate invulnerable for 2.5 seconds, which is ridiculous. And you can make her invulnerable for a second. And any damage that's
yep,
absorbed by that shield makes your weapon more powerful,
yep, exactly.
which is basically a mini artillery cannon. I mean, that thing is freaking ridiculous.
Yeah. Eh, You know what I'll say is the graviton surge as being an opponent. The graviton surge, like you
Her
get stuck
ultimate,
in that.
yes.
Oh my gosh! Like even.
Zarya Zarya herself has so many synergies with almost any other hero,
Mhm.
and it's ridiculous. Anybody who knows how to play Zarya decently can impact a game very, very quickly.
Yeah, and I think like a month or more ago, Blizzard said that Zarya is one of the ones they're going to look at to tweak because I think they've got her pretty close, but they want to be able to bring her onto the level with all those other tanks.
Yes,
Not that
go ahead.
not that she's not strong or anything, but
Mhm.
it's just the fact that I think they just need to tweak her abilities a little bit. The numbers game is really where it's going to
The
lie. So
the drawback to Zarya, she's not very fun to play.
yeah,
That's why people don't play her.
that's
Like
part of the problem.
Zenyatta or Symmetra. People don't play them because they're really just not that fun to play. They're powerful. They
Hmm.
can impact a game very easily, but they're just not that fun to play.
Yeah, and it's gameplay first, and that's what Blizzard wants. They want to make sure that we are having a fun time in the game, not having to worry about just the numbers or anything like that. It's
Yep, you're not going to play a game if it's not fun.
exactly that's it. So I think that's all for Tank Week. We'll
Hmm.
probably we'll have to decide whether we want to do like support or whatever next week. Maybe you can let us know on our Twitter page. Let us know what you want to hear about next time.
Support Saturday. Ah.
Oh, awesome. So as we wind down the show, I do want to let you know that there are going to be some changes to the show with the new semester starting and everything like that. That's going to bring some changes to our schedule because my schedule, it's all my fault. It's all my fault. Schedule, yeah, you point the finger, point that finger. Things get a little bit hectic, and what's going to happen is this is going to be for right now our last live show. So if you're here, thank you very much for being here for
Yes.
our last live show. It'll go on live show hiatus or whatever you want to call it, maybe. And that means that we're going to start recording the show. I don't know what day of the week that'll be between the two of us, but we're gonna post them on Saturday still, so you can look for them to be up on Saturday. I'll make sure that I get them up here. They'll go on YouTube, and of course the audio version will continue to go up just as regular. So if you listen to the audio version, you're going to be unaffected anyway. That means not only that, but with the beta being kind of on break even longer, from what it sounds like, and the fact that we're not going to get any more news that we can foresee, unless something crazy happens that I don't think is going to happen. We're going to go to our every other week again. So that means the next show will be on the 23rd. So look for that to be on the 23rd. And like I said, we'll get it all out. The big thing is to follow us on Twitter at Overcast Show. We'll get you all the details, when it's going to be posted and everything like that. But it'll go out on Saturday sometime. So there you go. Like I said, point the finger. I'll take it. I'll just have to put these back on. I'll just put it back on. Just, just, just deal with it. I have to deal with school, so you can deal with it. I'm
Hmm.
so look for that. And episode 25 is next. So I didn't forget that there will be a giveaway. So on the 23rd, between now and then, there'll be some contest information going out on our Twitter. Make sure you follow that. And I got a good prize that I think a lot of people will want. So yes.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Now it's time for our Ask Overcast segment. And we already got one question submitted for the week, and I put it on here from Twitter.
Hmm.
That's going to be, when do we think that the beta will resume?
My guess would be, I would have to say late to mid-February, and that's simply because knowing Blizzard, and they've already delayed it to at least the end of January. I'm thinking it's going to be the end of February, beginning of March, kind of coinciding with a few big releases that are coming out.
Yeah, I agree. It sounds like they sent a tweet out the other day. It almost sounded like they were kind of doing preemptive softening the blow that it was
Yep.
going to come out later, right? So,
Uh-huh.
yeah, we all were thinking like, all right, end of January, it's going to be back, and then they're like, maybe, kind of, and now I agree with you. At least the middle of February, like I wouldn't
Yeah.
see it any earlier than that, and yeah, we'll
Just
see.
in time for Valentine's Day to ruin every relationship ever.
Yes, yes. Blizz knows exactly what they're doing.
Precisely.
And
Screw
then,
relationships, play more games.
yeah, and then the other thing is also the stress test weekends. The thing with that is we don't know if there's actually going to be another one for sure yet because they kind of wafted on that. It seemed
Yeah,
like.
they did say that there would be multiple stress test weekends. That being said, we can
Yes,
expect at least one more.
I think there'll be probably one, but we'll see.
One more.
And then, what are we looking forward to the most in the beta returns?
Progression. Give me a reason to stay in the game, Blizzard.
There you go. Prevent the burnout. That's the thing.
Yep.
That
Give me a reason to stay in the game. Give me a reason, like, make me feel like I'm moving forward. Like, don't just make me feel like I played that game, it's done,
Yep,
and I get absolutely nothing for it.
I
I
agree.
mean, and that's one of the big complaints that a lot of the devs got at BlizzCon when we were all there. I got to sit down and talk with a lot of developers, from audio engineers to level designers to hero balance
Yep.
people. The big thing that they've been getting is that there's no progression. People don't feel like they're moving forward in the game once the match is completed. So that's the big reason why the beta's delayed. It's because that's what they're working on.
Yeah. And once they get in there, it'll be great. And since you stole mine, I want to say that I want the color tints to be in.
Yes, I
It
want skins too.
it sounds
Give me
silly, but
skins.
I want my blue mercy. There's got to be a blue
Take
mercy.
my money, Blizzard.
Exactly. Exactly. Just
Take
take
it.
it.
I'm already buying Overwatch twice, and you're gonna make me buy skins twice too, and I'm okay with that.
I don't,
Perfectly okay with that.
I don't see any other questions from Twitter right now. Is there any in Twitch chat that you can see?
Not that I can see, so it looks like we're about ready to wrap up.
There we go. So, thank you everybody for showing up here at the live show. And if you're watching on YouTube or listening in the audio version, we want to thank you very much. Without you, this show would not happen. Remember to follow us on Twitter at Overcast Show, our blog page, theovercastshow.blogspot.com, our parent studio, Frozen Fox Radio at frozenfoxradio.com, where you can find this and all of our other shows. Check out our Facebook page and listen. Leave us a good review on iTunes.
And
That's
immediately following this cast, I will be streaming live from about 3:45 p.m. Pacific until I pass out at twitch.tv/Matrix Overwatch. So
what do you plan on
if
playing?
I'm probably gonna play Destiny. Might hop over to the Transgalactic, what's it called? The Transgalactic Tournament, the new beta that's out on the PS Plus store,
Okay, okay.
and just chill, hang out. I think that'll be fun.
Awesome. So go hang out with Chris after and chill with him in as he plays through some cool games. So again, thank you everybody for joining us for the 24th episode of Overcast. It was an awesome time. We'll see
Jack
you
Bauer edition.
Jack Bauer edition. We'll see you in 2 weeks time when we start our bi-weekly schedule. So thank you very much for joining us. I'm Frosty,
And Chris.
and I'll see you on the flip side.